So you're all still here. Okay. Well, that's actually great news because we do still have 3 student-arranged, composed, written, and directed segments for you all.
And don't forget that we're still trapped here and some company would be nice.
Yeah, what they said.
What is that smell?
Oh my God, is that popcorn and nobody brought us any? I don't think it's popcorn.
You're right,
But what is it then?
I know what this scent is. This is the scent of
Chili!
crime!
What? Oh, I know why. It's because Slow Burn, written by Thomas Henry and directed by Maggie Nakisher, is up next.
Yeah!
Well then, I guess we should get us some of that chili, huh?
The big city. Love it or hate it, these man-made marvels of the modern-day metropolis make maggots of us all. Stretching high into the sky, they leave us behind, as if contemporary towers of Babel. Maybe that's why they bring out our worst elements: corruption, greed, violence. Of course, that means there's no shortage of work for someone like me. Private investigator, I prowl these city streets, scrubbing away at the layers of grime and filth that not even the ever-pounding rain can wash away. I'm used to playing the role of the cleaner, but when approached in my office by this strange fellow with a case to solve, I knew the stains would take more to clean out than a few sprays of Windex and a wet rag.
Are you talking about me?
The chill of these rain-soaked streets creates a cold void within man's soul, which we cannot help but fill.
Who are you
Some with vice, some with clothing, and some, of course, with chili. And those who fill their chill with chili, well...
hello?
What?
I came into your office to ask you about a job, and you just faced your wall talking about nothing.
Okay, what can I do you for?
So I was attending an open house of sorts by the world-famous chef, Etzio Donatello. She was making her secret chili recipe for the chili competition downtown, but when she went to go check on the pot, it was...
Poisoned.
No.
Sabotaged.
No.
Eaten?
Yeah, man, it was eaten.
I knew it. Out here in the big city, there's only one thing you can fully count on, and that...
You're done. Come on. I'll take you to the scene of the crime. Bum 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 ding.
All right, go over the layout of the building so we know what we're dealing with.
All right, so the house has 2 floors. The first floor contains the dining room, the parlor, the study, and the game room. And the second floor contains the kitchen and several bedrooms.
Gotcha, buddy. We're here. Let's solve this case.
All right, here they are. As far as I know, they were the only 3 in the building at the time of the chili being eaten. Now, remember, they've all been a bit nervous, so just approach this with tact, okay?
Of course. I'm a master at things.
Great! Well, he's gonna start by asking them all some questions. Nothing to be alarmed about, I hope.
I'd like to start with the chef first, if that's all right with all of you. The rest of you can wait outside. No, not you. You stay here.
Why?
You're practically my assistant at this point. It'd only feel right.
I don't have any experience with these sort of things.
None needed. You're a natural. All you need to do is sit there and help me in case I need a pencil, or a clipboard, or a bagel, or a
I get it.
All right, first things first. What's your name?
Etzio Donatello, best chef in the entire city.
Incredibly humble as well, if I might add.
Well, it's true. I'm the best at what I do, and that's a fact.
Tell me more about your involvement in this case. Why were you here?
To make chili, sir.
And this was for the competition, yes?
One of the most esteemed in the entire country.
Tell me about your chili.
Oh, it was beautiful. Minced garlic, onions, the freshest tomatoes I could find, beans, ground beef tenderly raised by my grandmama's hand in Italy. And of course, there were enough spices in that thing to make you see God. It was perfect. He was perfect.
He?
Apologies, I forget myself. You see, I never had children. And after working on this pot of chili, well, I started to think of him as my son. And now he's gone.
I'd heard lots of absurd comments, but this one took the cake. A pot of chili, his son. This case was giving me indigestion, and not the fun kind.
So this is just a normal thing.
Where were you at the scene of the crime?
Well, I was in my bedroom ordering some extra garlic powder for the chili when suddenly I heard a deafening crash come from the kitchen. I went to investigate and saw pots and pans scattered about, but my chili was still cooking dutifully on the stove. I began to leave down the hallway when suddenly I saw a flurry of movement to my right in the game room. I entered but found nothing within, so I began to leave there as well. Returning to the bedroom, I resumed my phone call and decided to unwind with my second passion, interpretive heavy metal dance.
Really? What band?
Massacre Worm.
No kidding? Have you heard their latest album?
We've gotten off topic.
Ah, yes. Where was I? I danced for at least 20 minutes. When I finished, I returned to the kitchen to put the finishing touches on my chili, and he was gone. I was so enamored in my interpretive dance, I let my only son slip through my fingers.
All right.
Mamma mia!
All right, get a hold of yourself. When you were in the game room, did you notice anything strange?
Well, now that you mention it, I did notice that the grating on the air vent in the floor had been removed, and there was a weird stench of a barnyard.
Interesting. You can send in the next suspect now, preferably mustache.
Very well, sir.
Well, that guy was certainly a character.
Only type of people in my line of work are strange ones. You get used to it.
Bonjour, madame. I'm told you wish to see me.
Now tell me about your
I'm
involvement.
sorry, are we not going to talk about the pipe?
What pipe?
The one that he's holding? You know, the metal pipe covered in blood.
Oh, this. Oh, you misunderstand, my friend. This is my, smoking pipe.
Your smoking pipe.
Yes.
And what about the blood stain?
I wanted to decorate it. Is that a crime?
It is if that's blood.
Simmer down. Weren't you the one who said we should go about this with tact?
Well, yes, but... fine. Whatever, ask him about the chili. I don't care.
Attaboy. Now sit back and watch me work. Describe your occupation.
Well, I do many things. For the right price, of course. I find I am quite good at, shall we say, persuading people of things.
Excuse me?
So you're an orator.
Yes, an orator. I am also quite good at tasks involving getting my hands dirty.
Like gardening.
Yes, of course. I'm quite proficient at burying things after all.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
Any other passions or lines of work?
Well, at one point in time, I was employed by the Queen of England herself. A shame she suffered such a tragic accident.
Such an esteemed worker. What would bring you to a place like this?
Well, I had some business in the area, and I decided to stop by for a look-through. Wouldn't want such a beautiful house to get affected by my work now.
How would your work affect the household?
I say many things,
Where were you in the hours leading up to the crime?
Well, I was in the study the whole night, to be perfectly honest. Not much of note occurred until I left the study to head upstairs, when some sort of commotion occurred, and everyone had gathered around the pot of chilies that had been eaten.
Hold on. I've got this one. So you were in the study, yes?
Oui, yes.
Hold on, what
the
are you...
study is right beneath the kitchen.
Rookie, let me
And
do...
somehow you weren't able to hear the clattering of pots and pans, yet you were able to hear a group of people gathering around an empty pot of chili.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. Your story doesn't add up.
All right, fine. I did it. I killed him. And I would do it again.
Him? What do you mean, him? Does everyone think this chili is a man?
What are you talking about? I thought we were talking about the dead body.
Body?
Let me do the investigating! Sorry. I got a bit worked up there.
Yeah, dude. A bit. Wait a ding-dong minute. You just admitted to a murder.
Wait, he did, didn't he?
All right, I guess I did.
Explain.
I was hired to kill him, a very country bumpkin sort of man. And when I found out he was competing in the chili competition, I decided to do it here. I snuck up through the house's comically large air vents and I killed him with my pipe.
Did you use the events in the game room?
Ha! Of course not! The study's vents connect right to the kitchen. It's much faster.
We've got to turn this guy in.
You can do that on your own time. I was hired to solve this chili case.
Seriously? So you're just going to single-mindedly pursue a pot of chili's disappearance, despite there being an actual felony, which had just been admitted to? Does that not take priority?
Listen here, rookie. I didn't get where I am by getting distracted by every single random crime that I noticed during my investigations. When I'm given an objective, I pursue it with single-minded focus.
Am I allowed to go now?
No!
All right, I'll let you off the hook. Did you see anything else that could tell you who did it?
Well, now that I think about it, I did see a business card on the body. Some Oregon Fairweather woman. And I also saw someone quickly leave the room as I approached. I assume they went into the game room.
Well, that's better than nothing. And you promise you didn't do anything to the chili.
Of course not. Why would I give a damn about chili?
That'll be all. Send in the big businesswoman, please.
Finally.
I heard you two wanted to see me.
Why, yes, we wanted to...
Name's Fairweather, Oregon Fairweather. Charmed, I'm sure.
We'd like to
You know,
ask
all
you...
of this is just so unfortunate, especially considering how close everything is to the competition. I mean, it is a shame, truly a shame.
What do you do?
I mean, a politician such as myself has a reputation to uphold, and having a competition that I organize becomes so plagued by misfortune. Truly, there's no worse fate.
Wait, so you organized this?
Oh, yes, I did. I hold it every year. 12 contestants pay an entry fee of $100 and compete to be the ultimate chili maker. And the winner gets to take $1,200 home.
Where were you during this?
Oh, well, I was in the parlor during most of the day, socializing, enjoying the atmosphere, what have you.
Did you see anyone
Behaving odd? Well, now that you mention it, I did in fact see one country bumpkin type gentleman, the ones with the overalls. I saw him snooping around the kitchen for a bit before I entered and asked him to leave. I didn't want that stench affecting the chili, mind you.
Wait a minute.
I'd really keep an eye on him if I were you. He was eyeing the chili rather suspiciously, licking his chops practically. Well, if anyone were to eat the chili, well, let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if it were him.
Now wait just a minute.
I'd check the dining room as well. I think I saw him snooping around that area.
Whoa there,
Well, I
pal,
should get
slow
out
your-
of your hair now, shouldn't I? It has been lovely meeting you two. Here is my business card. Call my office if you need anything. Ciao.
Wow. Well, that was strange.
Quite.
Great. Now I've got this guy's stupid business card, too. Jeez. This smells. Jesus, why is this thing so big anyway?
Wait a second. That's not a business card, that's a letter.
Oh my God, you're right. Dear Mr. So-and-so, I'm eager to invite you to the showcase of world-famous chef so-and-so's esteemed chili. To have an esteemed guest such as yourself from the rural South among chili creators would truly be an honor.
So-and-so?
The lines are blank for names in those spaces.
Well, that seems a bit odd.
Yeah. Why not just write in the names beforehand? Unless she's been using this template a lot? And her line of events totally didn't line up with Mikhael's.
It certainly is strange, yes. And you said it smelled bad, too.
Terrible. Like a stable.
I've got a hunch, kid. But I can't be sure of it quite yet.
Well, what do we do now?
I'm gonna think things over. You gather the suspects. I think it's time we solve this case.
Whatever's gonna get me out of this place fastest. All right, let's get this show on the road so I can go home.
I'm sure you'll all be happy to hear. We finally pieced together a rough timeline. And we're fairly sure we have a suspect.
Well, tell us who did it then. I'll boil their bones into stock. Okay, slow your roll there, Macduff. It's best if we just explain this whole thing first.
Our case started earlier today, when nearly all of you were in the house. Mikhael, you were in the study. Etzio was in the bedroom making a phone call. And Miss Fairweather here was in the parlor. A few hours after the gathering began, Etzio was ordering more ingredients for the chili when she heard a sudden crash come from the kitchen. When she went to investigate, all she found were empty pots and pans scattered about.
This, of course, was due to her somehow overlooking the dead body, which was there on account of the murder, which had just been committed earlier this morning by a certain mustachioed and incredibly conspicuous gentleman, Mikhael.
Mikhael was able to commit this crime through the usage of the house's air vents, but not before noticing two distinct things. Someone exiting the kitchen and a strange barnyard stench.
Wait, what about the smelly man? Why isn't he here? Where is he?
Interesting you should note that, Miss Fairweather. All right, hold on to your butts, folks, because this is where it gets crazy.
He was dead the whole time.
Excuse me?
We took Mikhael's description of the victim and your talk of the overall wearing country bumpkin smelly man, and we were able to connect the two. With Etzio in her room dancing her cares away, Mikhael in the study, and the southern one dead, well, that leaves one suspect left. Miss Oregon Fairweather.
Okay, this is preposterous. This is slander. I could have you arrested, You have no proof.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. We've caught you in several deliberate lies, claiming you had seen a barnyard man eyeing the pot of chili hungrily. You claimed he had a horrible stench, which may be true, but not the smell of hay, the smell of death. And you gave us this letter indicating that you had invited the young man, seemingly planning to frame him from the very beginning. And to top it all off, if we check your right breast coat pocket, what will we find? Barnyard musk.
Ba-boom! Case solved! Can I go home now?
Not just yet. One last thing to solve. Why did you do it, Oregon?
Well, I didn't. Well, I could. Okay, fine. It was for the money. Okay. With each contestant entering $100 or so, it was very lucrative to fix one result. So the others would have to drop out or split the earnings with the winning chef. I have gone to open houses all over and framed several Southerners for the crime of eating chili when it was really me.
Why only Southern
Regardless of the reason, I'd say that finally puts a wrap on this case. Good job, rookie. I'm proud of you.
Can I go home now?
Well, I do suppose your assistance is no longer needed.
So long, friend.
You killed my son. I'll kill you.
Yeah, F this, I am out. Wait!
Did anyone ever interview Dany?
What? No, why would I?
Oh, so you get all high and mighty about murder, but you never even told anyone where you were? How hypocritical.
Well, this changes everything. We'll have to interview everyone again. I'll need to collect DNA samples. We'll be here for at least another hour.